Mediocre Murad believes that he can stay away from the bad habits by just using willpower. He starts the day by eating clean, but by the evening time he's eating chocolate. He starts off the day by doing that deep work, but by the time the evening comes, he's scrolling on his phone. He doesn't understand why he can start the day off well, but then end up poorly. Meanwhile, Exceptional Imran has unlocked the secret to do the good habits and permanently stay away from the bad ones. He never has a cheat day. He never doom scrolls. He doesn't find it hard to resist doing the bad habits. Assalamu alaikum my people. My name's Pablo and I help young Muslim men become productive. Alhamdulillah, over the last 11 months I've been able to consistently upload every day on various social media platforms. And as a result, I've picked up many life-changing productivity tactics. If you want to level up and become an exceptional Imran, check out my coaching program, link in the description below. When people start off their self-improvement journey, they think they can make a lot of change simply through willpower. They think all they have to do is resist the bad habits and everything will be fine. They'll be consistent in the gym, they'll be consistent in eating healthy, they'll be consistent in waking up early and doing that deep work. And the thing is that it goes well for a couple of days and at most a couple of weeks. However, they fall off a cliff. So I began a second phase of self-improvement in October 2023. So from around mid-August time, I was in a rut. I was waking up late every day. I was feeling groggy all the time. I was inconsistent in the gym. I was eating rubbish most days. And I was making little progress towards my business. So every metric that was important to me, fitness and finances, I was failing. I was doing nothing about it. However, one day I was like, you know what? Something needs to change. If I continue like this, I'll go down a bad path. And so I was like, you know what? Let me dedicate myself to a big goal. And that would be to get to 100k followers on TikTok. And so afterwards, I began to stay up after Fajr and do work. Basically writing scripts. You see, I was living that exceptional Imran lifestyle in the morning, but by the time the evening came, I was like mediocre Murad. I'd get out of bed, do wudu, pray, do work, edit videos, hit a workout. I'd make so much progress in my fitness and work goals. But what would happen as the day went on? I'd doom scroll, I'd eat junk food, I'd waste time, I'd do all these bad habits. I didn't understand how this was possible, how I was waking up early, doing the work, hitting the workout, but as the day drew to a close, I was eating junk food and doom scrolling. I'd start off so well, I'd start off the day with success, but end the day with failure. You see, the thing is, at the time I didn't realize it, but the reason why I was doing well at the start was because I was using willpower. You see, the thing is, willpower is limited. It's a finite cerebral asset. You don't have an unlimited amount of willpower that you can use throughout the day to resist every bad habit that comes in your path. And where most people get it wrong is that they use willpower for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but then after a certain point, they fall off a cliff and they go back to their old ways. And this is vital to know, especially when you're trying to build new habits. You use a lot of willpower. A lot of people will begin their self-improvement journey and try to implement dozens of new habits. They want to make this complex morning routine where they wake up early, do the deep work, cold showers, meditate, journal, eat clean, work out. They try to implement all these things. However, what happens? They fall off and never make progress. The reason for this is when you try to make a habit stick, when you try to implement it into your daily routine, you need to use a lot of willpower and discipline, because the habit you want to get consistent in isn't natural. It doesn't come easy. And so I was using all my willpower on waking up early, doing the deep work, editing that video and working out first thing in the morning. And so by the time the afternoon or the evening came, I had no willpower left. That's why it was so easy for me to eat the chocolate, eat the cake, drink that chai, because my limited willpower was only used to build a habit of waking up early and doing work and being productive. And so by the time I tried to implement the habit of eating well, of eating clean, I found it impossible. However, there's one way you can fast track this, that you can do any good habit and stay away from the bad ones once and for all. And that is to simply change your associations of pain and pleasure. So I done this at the start of January 2024. So previously, as I said, I was eating junk food, cakes, biscuits, fried food, chai, you name it. I was able to eat clean every day for 2 whole months because I associated pleasure with eating healthy foods, with getting closer towards my fitness goals. And I associated pain with eating junk food, with getting further away from my ideal physique. However, it was not until I read the book Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins that my eyes finally opened. Like, this should be illegal information. You need to pay thousands for this. And that is The Associations of Pain and Pleasure. This book is literally life-changing. He should charge so much more for what he says in this book. So he talked about this concept developed by the infamous Sigmund Freud, who said humans do decisions based on two factors, and that is to avoid pain or seek pleasure. And therefore the reason why you need to use willpower to stay away from that junk food is because somewhere in your brain, somewhere in your mind, you associate pleasure with the taste, and that is greater than the pain of you not achieving your fitness goals. Or you need to use willpower to stop doom scrolling, because somewhere in your mind you associate pleasure with that next dopamine hit, and it's greater than the pain of procrastinating and not working towards your goals. And so in order to reverse this imbalance, you need to see what good habits you want to implement. So anything that brings short-term pain but long-term gain. For example, going to the gym, muscle soreness, lifting heavy, it's cold, you don't want to go. All these excuses. However, you need to change your association from pain to pleasure. You need to view that activity of going to the gym as pleasurable. Yes, I'll get my dream physique. Yes, I'll respect myself. Yes, people will respect me when they see me in shape with muscles. Because in that way, it will go from being a chore to being something that you want to do, something pleasurable. Imagine how powerful you'll become if you find it pleasurable to wake up early, to do the deep work, to hit the gym, to eat clean. You'll become so powerful, you'll make so much progress, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. The same way with junk food, you need to strengthen the association of pain with eating rubbish, with getting one step further away from your fitness goals, with being fat, out of shape, people not respecting you. You need to continuously associate pain with going off your diet, and pleasure with eating healthy, with staying on track with your fitness goals. The thing is, you can do well for a long time and stay away from the bad habits by having a correct association of pain and pleasure. However, one day you could fall off and go back to that bad habit. You could fall off into your old ways. And so one thing you have to do is continuously strengthen the association of pain with the bad habit and pleasure with the good habit. Because one thing I can tell you from experience is that I had the association of pain with junk food. I'd stay away from it, I'd eat clean, I'd try to optimize my diet. However, that slowly fades away. And then one day you look at some piece of cake, piece of chocolate, some chai, you think, you know what, it's not that bad. One day won't hurt, and then boom, you're back to your old ways. You're eating junk food every day, you're having cheat days here, cheat days there. And so this way of continuously associating pain with the bad habits and pleasure with the good habits stops you from falling into this trap. You see, this also provides an opportunity for you. You can literally change your life trajectory by changing the associations of pain and pleasure. Because think about it, if you're able to associate pleasure with the good habits and you do it every day, you'll be able to make it stick. And in the same way, if you start to associate pain with the bad habits, you won't need willpower anymore. You'll easily break through and make considerable progress towards your goals. You can literally eat clean and stay away from junk food without using willpower. You can wake up early without having to use your cerebral power to get up. At the end of the day, my bro, you have a choice. Do you want to continue living the same life where you have to use willpower to stay away from the bad habits because somewhere in your mind you still associate pleasure with that activity, and so you'll be in this perpetual cycle where you stay away for a couple of days or weeks but then fall back into your old ways? Or do you want to take back control of your life and have no urges to do the bad habits as you start to tweak the imbalances of associating pain and pleasure to certain activities? Pick wisely. Remember, productivity is the path to your dream life.